All right, good evening. It is 6 p.m. and we will start the evening. We actually have two meetings this evening. We're going to start with one meeting, we'll close that, and we'll go to our regular meeting. So for the first meeting tonight, we'll be doing our Truth and Taxation public hearing. This is Monday, December 9th, 2024. Actually, do I need to do a roll call first for this?
Yes, you need to.
Okay. So it's Monday, December 9th, 2024, 6 p.m. This is a public notice given that the Board of Commissioners of the Park District of Grange, Cook County, Illinois will hold a Truth and Taxation public hearing today, Monday, December 9th, 2024. Let's get started. First, I'll ask for a roll call.
Commissioner Veer?
Here.
Commissioner Lacey?
Here.
Commissioner Posey?
Here.
Commissioner Weber?
Here.
President Opeth?
Here. I will ask for a motion to open the Truth and Taxation public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Posey?
Yes.
Commissioner Weber?
Yes.
Commissioner Lacey? Commissioner Lacey?
Then. Out. Friends. Yes.
Commissioner Veer? Commissioner Lacey?
If you want to open the meeting, just.
Yes.
Okay. Commissioner Veer?
Yes.
President Opeth?
Yes. At this point in time, I will open the floor for comments from the public. If you would like to make any comments specific to the Truth and Taxation public hearing, I'd ask you to kindly stand and state your name and address. Any comments this evening? Okay, seeing none, I will ask the board, are there any comments from the board this evening?
No.
Okay, seeing none, I will ask for a motion to close the Truth and Taxation public hearing.
Move to close.
Second. Commissioner Weber?
Yes.
Commissioner Veer?
Yes.
Commissioner Posey?
Yes.
Commissioner Lacey?
Yes.
President Opeth?
Yes. And I will ask finally for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. All right, thank you. It is now 6:03 p.m. and we will move into our Park District of Grange regular board meeting, Monday, December 9th, 2024. Thank you for joining us this evening. We'll start with our standard roll call once again.
Commissioner Veer?
Here.
Commissioner Lacey?
Yes.
Commissioner Posey?
Here.
Commissioner Weber?
Here.
President Opeth?
Here. Just a quick introduction. Thanks everybody for coming this evening. I just want to remind everybody it's getting to the end of the year. I hope you have a wonderful time with your family and friends. Reflect on what has happened in 2024. It's been an exciting year. I would like to pass the baton to our executive director for an announcement.
So, tonight we have a special presentation. Mr. Veer has been a commissioner for 10 years.
Wow.
Surprise! So, Bob joined the board. He was elected to the board in April of 2014. He served as president from 2019 to June of 2022. And then he's been vice president ever since. So we've been very lucky to have him on the board. He's a longtime resident, and I have this to present to you. And there's also a pin in this box.
Yeah.
Kevin, can you come on in grab a picture?
Sure.
Brian, do you want to have a picture?
Yeah, sure.
Will you stand in the middle?
Ready? Good.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Hey.
You're roped in for another 10 years.
Pardon?
Yeah, exactly. And then there's this little thing.
That's it. Yep. Thank you.
And in honor, I brought back cookies from Hawaii for you.
Hawaii.
So there's cookies over there.
Uh,
I went to Hawaii.
I mean, What kind of cookies are they?
They're just cookies, but they're from Hawaii. That's all I have.
Great. Any other changes to the agenda this evening?
No.
All right. Let's move into agenda item 2.0, communications, presentations, and declarations. Once again, we'll move into public comments. If you'd like to make a comment, please state your name and address. I'll open the floor. All right. Seeing no comments this evening, let's move on to 3.0 consent agenda. I will ask for the approval of minutes of the regular board meeting of November 11th, 2024, approval of the financial reports dated November 30th, 2024, and approval of the consolidated vouchers for December dated December 9th, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Yes.
Commissioner Posey?
Yes.
Commissioner Weber?
Yes.
Commissioner Lacey?
Yes.
President Obid?
Yes. Let's move to 4.1, the director's report this evening.
Okay, so just a few things to update the board on. Today, I received an electronic copy dated today from the Illinois Environmental Protection Agency for the removal of the underground gas tanks. We received a no further remediation letter, so that is great news. So we're starting to close that case. We are working on scheduling a meeting with the village for the referendum work. As we talked about that 2-year schedule, we'll talk a little bit more. Whit Company is here tonight to answer any questions when we get to the final agreement. And then I did just want to let the board know that there was some graffiti spotted in Wyola Park today on the building, the small waterhouse building. So, the staff are going to work on cleaning that up. Very rude of me. We have Larry here. Larry is our brand new general manager of parks maintenance. He's started December 2nd. He's been a great addition to the team so far. I think everybody will find him very knowledgeable. He came from the Park District of Forest Park, and prior to that, he was also at the Grange Country Club and Oak Park Country Club. And then prior to that, he was at Forest Park as a seasonal. So he's kind of been in this all his life. So we are very excited to have him on our team. That is all I have for my report. Unless there's any questions.
Seeing no questions, let's move to the Director of Finance and Human Resources report from Jamie.
I'll keep it short. I have been gathering historical budget data as we enter into the end of the year, kind of in preparation for compiling our new fiscal year budget. Also in my finance reports, you'll see that I have included 3 updated financial reports from the month of October for the prior year comparative income statement, the special recreation funds, and the statement of revenues and expenditures for funds 1, 11, 12, and 13. So they just very different from last month's report, so I wanted to give the board updated reports. And then obviously you have my November reports as well. And then something else to note, we did receive the proceeds from our bond issuance on November 26th. And then all of the costs associated with our outstanding bonds have been completed as well. And then we also have concluded open enrollment for all full-time staff. So that was a successful open enrollment period as well.
Any additional questions for Jamie this evening? All right, seeing none, let's move on to the Director of Recreation report. Kevin?
Also, to keep mine pretty short, we are wrapping up the fall season. You guys will see the fall and the season report in next month's board packet. We do have our tree lighting tomorrow night at 6 p.m. at Wyola. So if you're available, love to see some of you guys come out there. Parking is limited, so plan accordingly. We do have 2 new staff in the rec department. They started on December 2nd. Molly Downing is our new base and camp supervisor. She comes from the Rolling Meadows Park District. And then Penny Paulos, pronounce that right?
I don't know.
I don't pronounce it. Penny Powell, she comes from Lifetime Fitness. She spent 12 years there, amongst some other hospitality positions in her career. So she is our facility and operations supervisor. So the department is now fully staffed. And then lastly, I want to highlight, I'm sure some of you have seen it, if you have not, we did do a new brochure layout and program with that. So this is the first time we've done it in-house in quite some time, to my knowledge. So Katie Wagner spent a lot of time on that. It is more user-friendly. All links now go directly to WebTrack. So you would go to the brochure, buy a program, click it, and register right away. Pretty happy with how that turned out.
I thought the brochure looked great, by the way. I perused it. It was very friendly, like you said. So great job to
It was very easy to register.
Good.
Very easy.
Any additional questions for Kevin this evening? All right. If not, Larry, you don't have an official report. Is there anything you wanted to say this evening?
As we're slowing down, we're just getting in the groove of doing the leaves and keeping the parks up to repair and clean. That's all I have.
Larry's learning. This is week two. Week two, but he's doing a great job. He's spending time out in the field and with the staff, so he's just getting accustomed. But we're very, very grateful to have him on our team. Great addition.
We have to put you in the hot seat, but welcome. We're excited to have you here and glad that you're joining us.
Thank you.
All right. If there are no more staff reports, let's move to 5.0, which is attorney report. Are there any updates this evening?
Just we're struggling to work through the Cook County Paid Leave Act, which starts on January 1, so you've got that before you. And that's it.
Treasurer report. Any updates this evening?
Nothing at this time.
Okay, great. We do have a long list of action items, so I think this will be the meat of the meeting tonight. A lot of business things to take care of. So let's move to action item 7.1. We'll start with the
Yes, so Whit Company is here tonight. We've been working with Whit Company for quite some time on the referendum proposal. They've been with us from the start to now. They have a great handle on this. We are proposing the schedule in two groups, Group A and Group B. I think we talked last meeting that it is an aggressive schedule, but to meet those spend down requiremements, it does need to be a bit aggressive. And the scope of their work is quite in depth. And construction management for a district our size is very helpful, as we don't have the manpower to be on at all these parks, and they do. They also have the expertise with construction management. There's also it's a better process where you don't have to necessarily go with the lowest bidder. You can get better pricing. So overall, for the project in the long run, construction management, we do feel is the way to go. I don't know if you want to add anything.
Yeah, I'll just introduce myself. I'm Bob Ijems, and I lead up our Parks and Rec team. So first, congratulations on passing the referendum. Based on the yes votes, the community sounds like they're really excited and in support of the projects that you guys have on the table. So thanks again for the opportunity to continue our work on this project. And so I brought our key team members, Patty King, who we worked with over the last year, leading up our design team and our design phase work, and then Craig Pulte, who leads up our construction management. So both of them work kind of hand in hand throughout the projects to deliver it. So yeah, these guys can answer any questions as well.
So did the board have time to kind of review the contract and the different Group A and Group B, all the services that they would offer? We're happy to answer any questions regarding the agreement, but staff would recommend moving forward with the agreement as proposed.
I have one question. Craig, can you just give us a couple of examples of projects of similar size that you've done in the past?
Similar size, God, they range all over the place. We're doing a $39.5 million athletic facility right now for the Ridge Park District.
Okay.
We just finished Ackerman Fitness Center for the Glen Ellen Park District. Liberty Center up in Niles. Plenty of projects. This one's a little bit different because it's parks all over the place. So it's really going to take, through the permitting process and the planning and what happens in what park at each time, and you don't shut down all your facilities. So our next move is to start planning the work and what scope of work can get done in each park based on MWRD permitting and what happens in each place. So.
And I understood from the proposal that you will, you and the company will walk us through some of those conversations with the zoning committee, for example, or the village, or whoever we need to
Yeah, there's
interface
meetings set
with.
up with the city already to
Okay.
kind of start to talk to them about permitting,
Okay.
how that's gonna work. The hurdle's gonna be MWRD.
Yeah.
And how we can break the packages up to be able to get work done at multiple parks at one time without the full-blown MWRD permit. So right now, we're trying to figure out how to get that done and what they'd be willing to let us do. So it's gonna take some time.
I had a question specifically about Group A in your planning. I saw we're tentatively planning for construction to start, I think it was April, is that right? For May? I think it was May. For
Based
Group
on-
A was May, right?
Based on the design, yeah.
Yeah, so I know that for some of these points, Gilbert and Sedgwick facilities particularly, we have some kind of hard dates with the preschool schedule.
Yeah.
Does 9-1 feels tight? What's your feeling on that?
No, I think we'll be fine. We're
Okay.
doing some parking lot work and some work inside the buildings. It's really just a matter of getting the drawings out the door, procuring, getting it out to bid, so that we get people lined up and start to get the submittals on the products coming in, so that everything's in place when we do it. But yeah, that doesn't bother me.
And my assumption was that's front-loaded with about a 1-month bidding period from April to May?
Yeah,
right?
usually, by the time you choose out for 2 weeks, we'll do the pre-work before that to make sure that we're getting bidders and creating interest, because part of our goal is to get you as many bids as we can, so you get the best price. And then having it planned out from the schedule and do the scope reviews real quick. So we put together a scope of work for each subcontractor so they know exactly what they're doing.
Okay.
And then after the bids come in, then that's when we do a scope review to make sure they've got all the aspects covered. If somebody we don't know, we're doing a background check and their references and things like that to make sure that we're getting quality construction.
Okay. And then the other question I had was, I just was interested in the construction phase. It sounds like you guys are kind of intimately involved in that
Yeah.
to make sure things are caught during the process.
Yeah.
Can you explain a little bit about where are you guys located? How do you handle that?
Well, we'll have a project manager that'll oversee the project.
Okay.
And then depending on the scope of work, we'll have 1, maybe 2 superintendents,
Okay.
depending on what's going on at each time. So we'll find a place to house that guy, to have a permanent trailer where he can have meetings and things like that. And
Okay.
then he'll be making the rounds from park to park each day.
Okay.
So you kind of want to package it together where you don't end up with, let's say, the basketball courts, right? We don't want to end up with multiple asphalt contractors. We don't want to end up with multiple striping contractors.
Sure.
Because when the scope of work gets small, the price gets a little bit expensive. So we want to group that stuff together so there's less subcontractors and then you get more for your buying power. So that's kind of how we'd see it, so that he has contacts with, X amount of subs as we go through the process. It's not too scattered all over the place.
Okay. Question, discussion?
So I might have missed this in the prior meeting, I'm not sure. Sedgwick has 55% of the work in Group A and then 45. What's the breakdown? What's the 55? What's the 45?
Going to come down to permitting, but the reconstruction of the parking lot, Patty, you can talk to this too, right?
Yes.
Right, there's some grading that happens, it's really a matter of, if that's going to come down to permitting, really, because what MWD considers maintenance versus, we need to make sure that we're not adding detention that we don't need to, because that costs money. So that's kind of up in the air right now, we're working through that one more so. But we're trying to hit the budget numbers like they were laid out, and that's really the challenge.
Yeah, that Sedgwick wasn't initially in Group A, but due to the spend down requirements, we needed to get more in there. So we talked about adding components of Sedgwick. So there are still some details that we need to work out, but we wanted to get the agreement approved before we kind of move forward with that. But we talked about the parking lot, maybe the fencing on one of the fields so we can leave the other one open so they'll be closed at different times. So we're going to try to base it on what we can get approved along with programming and user access.
The planning piece is what we'll do first, and
we'll sit with staff, we'll understand, when daycare is done for the year, when it needs to be opened back up, we'll understand programmatically what sports facilities are needed at what stage. We need to understand all of that so that we can pull our schedule together and make a cohesive unit. So
This is a tentative schedule.
I can guarantee we'll tweak it along the way.
Yeah, it'll go through several iterations before we get it laid out. But if we go do the baseball lights and the backstops, but we don't want to impact programming, right? And then there's a lot of regrading on the baseball field, so we want to do that after the fact. So there's a lot of coordination on what goes in when, but we kind of want to bite off as much as we can. Even the pathways that run through that park, that's still open space. It's going to require a permit from MWRD. So we just got to see what their timeline is.
And then, so you don't have it, or maybe you do, page 8 of 9, it has kind of your spreadsheet of costs and such. So these percentages, is that the 7.8, 3, 1.2, and 7? Is that your fees?
Yeah, so the design fees and then the construction management fees and the general conditions, which is the cost to do the work.
Yeah, so if I explain it right, so there's a 7% architecture and engineering fee. Then there's some owner costs below that. But above line, there's a CM fee, that's 3%. Insurance, because we've got to cover general liability insurance. Pre-construction we're doing right now, that's really the planning and the estimating, and then that carries us all the way into bidding. And then the bidding ends, when construction starts. It's going to be phased. So, but that's estimators and then us putting together the bid package to get it out on the street. And then the general conditions is really just the labor of our staff to oversee the construction and manage it all the way through.
Which I had a rough number about 1.6 million when I added all that.
Okay.
That was my back of
It's higher than that.
Yeah,
7.
yeah. It's about 2.3,
2.3, okay.
just over 2.3.
I mean, what we're doing in like pre-con, that's really working the street hard to create interest in the bidding. So the idea is in that process, we're breaking the project up. So you don't have a general contractor in this, right? We are the GC. We're spending the time to break up the packages in the most economical way that we can. For examples of you're doing excavation and instead of having the asphalt guy come place the stone, the excavator's placing the stone. He's already got his equipment there. It's much more cost effective for you guys. So the whole goal in this is to break the package up and break it down as far as we can, eliminate markups of sub-tier contractors working for other guys so that you're getting the biggest bang for your buck.
So you're not considered a general contractor, you're considered a management.
We're professional services.
Right.
And it's construction management. We don't self-perform. So that allows us to do CM in the public arena.
Okay.
So there's no incentive for us to write change orders, right? We're trying to minimize change orders. We're trying to manage the work so that it's safe, it's good for the community. And then the whole idea is to deliver you guys a project with some contingency left over at the end, which we don't share. So the project comes in under budget, whatever's left over, you guys get 100% of that back. We don't take any.
So we've gone down this path before. Maybe someone could refresh my memory on management versus general contractor as far as, the percentage of cost.
Yeah.
We're cheaper. Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, the beauty of it is, and I always say this, if anybody's a general contractor in the crowd, I'm sorry, but general contractor's trying to put his hand in your pocket as often as he can. I'm trying to keep everybody's hand out of your pocket. So I'm trying to hold everybody accountable to their contracts to make sure that they're performing the work they're supposed to. It's high quality and that we're getting the full scope out of everybody and the interpretation of the drawings and everything all the way throughout. We're on your side, not trying to get more money out of you. So we're protecting the budget all the way through, trying to create contingency and save you money. If there's ways that we weigh in during the design where we can reuse some materials here and there and actually make it more cost effective for you, then from a construction side, we're gonna have that input with the design team to make sure that we're doing the best thing we can. From reason, millings on asphalt, things like that. There's a lot of stuff that's sustainable and it also saves money. So we can kind of bring that into the project and that maybe you can increase the scope at some point. Typically the way we work is once we get through once we get into the construction process, we're in phase B. If there's dollars that we were able to save you, then you can add scope and do more work on top of that. And we don't charge you anything more for that either. And we don't mark up change orders. So once our fee is set, we're there and we're doing the work and we're not gonna get any more money.
So if we make a bunch of changes, it won't affect you?
Nope.
Your cost will be?
Our number won't change.
But won't that make it more difficult for you?
Yeah, we're used to it. The only thing that would make it, the only thing that would add on is, let's say you save $500,000 and the project's over and you want to go do something else. If the time duration changes, then we'll charge you for the labor to do that, the superintendent and the PM. But if we're adding stuff in the scope and the regular duration, then you're getting a great deal.
And you mentioned that you would have like 2 on-site?
I'll have one at some point, 2 at other points, depending on the scope of work going on, so that they can cover the area. I don't want a guy driving all over the place to do his stuff. So want him to focus more on work at this area and another guy focusing on work at this area. So we'll lay that out, the manpower out when we do the schedule too. But there'll be a project manager that oversees them. She'll be involved in all the bidding and procurement and then work with those guys to deliver the project.
Further questions?
I'm good.
Right? Oh, sorry. Yeah.
All right, so I do think we're looking for an approval on this contract tonight.
Correct.
Move to approve.
Okay. Lynn, you'll second? Second. Okay. Commissioner Weber?
Yes.
Commissioner Lacey?
Yes.
Commissioner Posey?
Yes.
Commissioner Veer?
Yes.
President Opit?
Yes.
Perfect. Well, thank you for coming tonight.
Thanks.
Yep.
Yeah.
We will be in touch.
All right, let's move to 7.2, discussion and/or approval of ordinance 024-03, an ordinance levying and assessing taxes in the Park District of Grange, Cook County, Illinois, for the 2024 tax levy year.
I'm going to pass this over to Jamie.
So these are your standard ordinances that are, excuse me, that are set forth every year. The first ordinance is just essentially that levying and assessing the taxes of the Park District for the 2024 tax levy. You'll see in the actual ordinance itself the breakdown of amounts levied per each fund, with total taxes levied at $2,877,670. So we would just need approval of that ordinance and then wait to talk on the next one.
Yeah, that's probably good.
I move to approve ordinance 024-03, an ordinance levying and assessing taxes of the Park District of Grange for the 2024 tax levy year.
I'm just going to add in the amount of $2,877,670.
Yes.
Second.
Okay. Commissioner Posey?
Yes.
Commissioner Weber?
Yes.
Commissioner Lacey?
Yes.
Commissioner Veer?
Yes.
President Opit?
Yes. 7.3, discussion and/or approval of ordinance 024-04, an ordinance directing Cook County Clerk to reduce the Park District of Grange real estate tax levy 2024.
Again, this is a pretty standard ordinance. It all is based off of the equalized assessed value. So it gives the county our permission to do a 3% levy adjustment based on the levy that, or the ordinance that was just approved for the levy.
And it would all come out of the corporate fund, general fund.
I move to approve ordinance 024-04, directing the Cook County Clerk to reduce the Park District of LaGrange's real estate tax levy year 2024. Is there an amount?
From the general corporate
From
fund.
the general corporate fund.
Perfect.
I second the motion.
Commissioner Posey?
Yes.
Commissioner Weber?
Yes.
Commissioner Lacey?
Yes.
Commissioner Veer?
Yes.
President Opit?
Yes. Agenda item 2.4, discussion and/or approval of ordinance 0.405, an ordinance abating the taxes heretofore levied for the year 2024 to pay principal of and interest on $1,590,000 worth of general obligation park bonds, alternate revenue source, Series 2016 of the Park District of Grange, Cook County, Illinois.
Not much to be said here. It's exactly as the ordinance states. It's just to abate those taxes.
Do it. I move to approve ordinance 024-05, an ordinance abating the taxes levied for 2024, pay principal and interest on 1.59 million general obligation park funds, bonds, Series 2016 of the Grange Park District.
Perfect. Commissioner Weber?
Yes.
Commissioner Veer?
Yes.
Commissioner Posey?
Yes.
Commissioner Lacey?
Yes.
President Open.
Yes. 7.5, discussion and/or approval of ordinance 024-06, an ordinance abating the taxes heretofore levied in 2024 to pay the principal of and interest on $2.505 million general obligation bonds, refunding park bonds alternate revenue source, Series 2020A of the Park District of Grange, Cook County, Illinois.
Same ordinance as before, just updating for the 2020A GO bonds. So for the principal and interest of that, just abating those.
I move to approve ordinance 024-06, an ordinance abating the taxes heretofore levied for the year 2024, paying the principal and interest on $2,505,000 general obligation, refunding park bonds, alternate revenue source, Series 2020A of the Park District of LaGrange, Cook County, Illinois.
Okay. Good job. Commissioner Weber?
Yes.
Commissioner Lacey? Commissioner Lacey? Commissioner Posey?
Yes.
Commissioner Veer?
Yes.
President Open.
Yes, agenda item 7.6, discussion and/or approval of resolution R24-06, authorizing the release and continued retention respectively of certain executive session minutes and authorizing the destruction of verbatim recordings.
So this looks back 18 months from today's date. This is done biannually, so this is the second time this year. January 9th is to be released. It's the executive director review and contract renewal. February 13th was, again, that was the preliminary. Then February 13th, we did a more in-depth review. March 13th, there was some additional discussion on acquisition of real property for the 511 Cassett. Also for the the executive director contract review. And then April 17th was when Commissioner Shavato stepped down. So we were, the decennial committee when we were filling that committee, and also personnel for the elimination of the finance and accounting assistant. So we'd like to, staff would recommend approving this resolution, authorizing the release of continued retention respectively of certain executive session minutes and authorizing the destruction of verbatim recordings of the certain board executive sessions as mentioned previously.
So moved.
Second.
I'm going to go with Weber. Commissioner Posey?
Yes.
Commissioner Weber?
Yes.
Commissioner Lacey?
Yes.
Commissioner Veer?
Yes.
President Open.
Yes. 7.7, discussion and/or approval of the Wyola Park renovation bid. I'm sure we want a little bit of a discussion here.
Yes. So, again, Whit Company did put together the bid. They handled all the questions and answers along with obtaining the bids. We obtained the bids. We had a bid opening on November 22nd. In the memo, you can see the bids right there. We received 8 bids. Ranging from $795,000 all the way up to just over $1 million. The Whit Company did vet Landworks Limited. They have done work with Landworks Limited in the past, and they do feel comfortable with Landworks Limited, and their recommendation is to move forward with the bid from Landworks. I'm happy to entertain any questions on the bid.
Have you talked to anybody that's worked with Landworks, or are you just taking it on their advice?
I have not spoken with anybody who worked with Landworks, but I know that they just did some work in Darien, and I've spoke to Darien about their shelter that they just installed, but we didn't necessarily speak about the vendor, but they've been happy with the work.
Okay.
I will say that Landworks Limited, they did do a calculation incorrectly on their bid for the the playground surfaces, and they are willing to eat those costs and let us accept their bid as is. So that's probably about $100,000 to $150,000 savings for the park district. They also know we have $13.86 million worth of work coming up. So there's that.
That would explain the difference in the bid
Yes.
prices.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
I mean, for those that haven't seen, there's 3 referrals in here. They look pretty okay to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see any red flags.
No.
Yeah, similar budget amounts. Right.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Yeah, I know.
I'll make a motion to approve the Landworks.
So we're at 779.
so yeah, it would be here.
Wyola renovation bid.
Yeah, it'd be motion to approve the bid for Wyola Park with using Landworks Limited in the amount of $795,330.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, Commissioner Veer,
Yes.
Commissioner Weber,
Yes.
Commissioner Posey,
Yes.
Commissioner Lacey,
Yes.
and President Opit.
Yes. Discussion and/or approval of the Wyola Park site features through the co-op contracts.
So again, in an effort to keep the Wyola project on task, we are asking for approval, and this is under the bid, or under the, our approval. It is a Sourcewell contract, but in the effort of, in transparency, we want to just present all proposals to the board. So this is for the fitness equipment in the amount of $19,441.46. And I did. There is it's actually in the back. This is the fitness equipment, so you can see it there, this one. So I put it, it's kind of behind the contract. So there's that, and then I did, again, in transparency, we did hear back from Park Creation about the shelter. They did it through Sourcewell, but then now they want to go through Goodbye. It's the same exact pricing. It's just utilizing a different co-op. So I just want to note that the shelter is not going through Sourcewell. It's going through Goodbye instead. And I've just represented that agreement in here. But it's the same exact price, same exact shelter. Nothing's changed, just the co-op. So happy to answer any questions on that.
Is this, refreshment memory, the workout equipment, is it scattered or is it in one place?
No, it's right by the playground is in one spot. It's like right off the playground, so parents can work out while their children are playing.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So do you want to ask for a motion to approve that?
So we're looking for a motion to approve the co-op through Play Illinois for the fitness equipment through Burke in the amount of $19,411.46.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Posey?
Yes.
Commissioner Weber?
Yes.
Commissioner Lacey?
Yes.
Commissioner Veer?
Yes.
President Opit.
Yes.
And then the Goodbye was more just of a note.
All right, let's move to 7.9, discussion and/or approval of policy section 234 updates.
So we will have some more next month as well. We're working on updating those. But this one is for the paid leave. We approved this for our permanent part-time, our IMRF staff in June. So it's very similar. We now have to extend it to all of our part-timers. We extended it to our part-time IMRF back in June in an effort to streamline our time off policy. And now, again, it has to go to all full-time staff. This is a Cook County ordinance that we have to follow. So it's for all part-time staff. After 90 days, they can accrue a maximum of 40 hours annually. They can carry over 40 hours annually. We've put in some stipulations for requests to be submitted 7 days in advance, and that it has to be taken in 2-hour increments. And unused paid leave is not paid out at separation. It's a kind of a use it or lose it. If they do come back within 12 months, they do restart where they left. So there's some timekeeping measures that we have to make sure we're on top of. There are some staffing concerns with this, as the ordinance, while we can put in these stipulations that they need to notify us, they can call off at any time and not even notify us. So there are some concerns about staffing and keeping programs running, but we will do our best to navigate the ordinance as it is law, and we have to do it. Happy to answer any questions.
I have a question. Can we, and maybe this is for Dirk, can you incentivize an employee for, I guess you can't, for not taking
No.
leave?
No.
No, there's an argument that that's possible, maybe under the state, but not
Not
here.
Cook County.
Yeah, it's different. The state Paid Leave Act, we are exempt from. Park districts and school districts are exempt from. Unfortunately, we did not get exempt from Cook County. We tried very hard. We went to several meetings, spoke to our representatives, our elected officials, but unfortunately, there just wasn't enough movement.
And how does this apply to seasonal staff?
Well, if they're not here for 90, they accrue it. They can't use it they can only use it after 90 days. So if they're here for a season, right, under 90 days, they can't use it, but it'll sit in that bank. If they come back the next year, then it'll be there, then they can use it.
So if you have summer staff every summer, so we'll see how that plays out.
Right. So the first year may not be as big of an impact because they might not be here 90 days. And we even tried with the Cook County board to say, like, can we exempt seasonal staff? Or, we don't have a pool, but this could be a huge effect on pools with the lifeguards just taking off or, different things like that. But, so it sits in that bank. And then if they don't come back within a year, it's gone.
The prediction is that, as Jenny said, for pools, but also for summer camps, that everything will end an extra week early and that parents will have to have their kids at home. Because in the second summer, the kid will have accrued a week's paid leave before they go back to school, and we cannot restrict when they take it, generally. And so there won't be camp counselors for that last week. They get to be paid to not come to work.
Yeah. So it's a pickle.
It's going to, in the second summer, there's going to be real consequences for the labor force.
And we did stress that to the board. We brought numbers, we brought, program concerns, but they didn't see it that way. So.
How many employees would this affect?
Every part-time employee. So we have anywhere between 70 and 100 pending the season.
In our summer season, we're close to like 90, anywhere between 90 to 100. In our slow season, we're averaging about 65. So potentially a big pool of people.
I believe people are good.
Yeah, that's what we're going with.
Employees will do the right thing.
Yeah, and that's, we're
Or
just going to
most
stress
of the
that.
seasonal employees, there's
Right.
always outliers, but
Right. So, again, it's effective January 1st, 2025, so we have to approve this. So,
Can they opt to take the money, not the time?
no.
I mean, because I'm
And
sure
does it-
they prefer
use it,
that.
So use it or lose it, and you don't get paid out at the end.
Yeah.
So I think we got a bite to bullet on this one.
No one wants to make a motion.
I need a motion because we have to.
I believe people will not abuse the policy,
I hope you're
despite what Cook County, or despite the concerns. So I move to approve policy section 234 regarding paid leave.
I'll second.
Commissioner Posey?
Yes.
Commissioner Veer? Sorry.
Yes.
Commissioner Weber?
Yes.
Commissioner Lacey?
Yes.
President Opeth?
Yes.
Before we go further, I'm sorry. I want to introduce Madonna Giapietro. I should have done this in the beginning. She is our HR and our administrative and HR coordinator. So she's been full-time with the district for over 2 years. So she's shifting from the facility and operation supervisor into this new role as we hired Penny. And so she will be sitting next to me next month, and she will be doing the minutes. So she will start being our recording secretary. So I apologize, Madonna. I should have introduced you earlier. She is here observing this month, and then we'll take the reins next month. So, sorry. Welcome.
Thank you. Yes.
Welcome.
All right, let's move to board business, old business, discussion and/or approval of the 2025 board schedule. I think we made some adjustments to that schedule based on feedback last month.
Yeah, so we did, and we made a little bit more. I did send an email out to the entire board regarding the changes. So initially, the first schedule had the July meeting, the third Monday, which would have been July 21st, and the October meeting, the second Monday, which fell on Indigenous People Day. And there was a request to move that to the third Monday. When we were looking at the schedule and looking at the referendum schedule, we wanted to look at that July because there might be construction in the community center during that time too. So we thought that we would move that one back to July 14th, the second Monday, and then push the October one to the third Monday and keep those two meetings at the community center. I do want to preface this that we do have here the rec center as a backup for the 21st and October 20th in case there is construction, but the goal would be to have those two meetings at the community center, and then the rest of the meetings would fall the second Monday of the month and be held at the recreation center.
I move to approve the 2025 board meeting schedule.
Second.
Commissioner Weber?
Yes.
Commissioner Veer?
Yes.
Commissioner Posey?
Yes.
Commissioner Lacey?
Yes.
President Opeth?
Yes. All right, 8.2, discussion and/or approval of lease termination agreement with the leadership.
So we've been talking about this for, I think, the past couple board meetings. Unfortunately, the leadership, due to unforeseen circumstances, will be suspending their services. They've asked to terminate their lease early. We discussed granting them that, so this is the lease termination. And it will terminate December 20th. We have a final walkthrough on that day. They're required to remove all their items. We'll do a walkthrough, and then we will winterize the building. They are going to transfer ownership of two 12-passenger vans to us that they were trying to they didn't need their assets anymore, so they asked if we'd like those. So we said we would take them and see what need we might have for those. Happy to.
Kind of in lieu of the,
Yes, because they won't be paying rent anymore.
what years are they?
They are, I believe, a 2014 and a 2009. So they are older, but we thought that it would be a good, and if we didn't use them, we could always sell them on Gov Deals. to make some
Are they decent?
revenue. They're decent. They're in good shape. They have less than 80,000 miles. They haven't been used much, so they're in decent shape. Yeah, we wouldn't have taken them if they weren't in decent shape. So.
I move to approve the lease termination agreement with Leader Shop.
Okay, Commissioner Weber,
Yes.
Commissioner Lacey, Commissioner Posey,
Yes.
Commissioner Veer,
Yes.
President Opid.
Yes.
Can I make a question?
Sure.
Question, as far as the building after they leave, it's going to be torn down, correct?
That is part of the referendum plan, yes. And we will utilize it during construction to move maybe Gilbert over there. So we've talked to Whit Company about not knocking that building down until other locations are done so we could have a space.
They could use it for their offices too.
Who?
Why?
Oh, that's a good point, yeah. Yeah, we might need to use it. I don't know if they'll want to be there with all the children. The camp children.
Well, they're outside. They don't go inside, do they?
The camps?
At Denning.
Well, yes, at Gilbert. So we would probably move Gilbert camp over
Oh, I
to
see.
Denning.
I missed
Yeah,
that.
but it might be an option. So.
All right, new business, we'll move to 8.3, discussion and/or approval of the 2024 capital budget adjustments.
So, we've been working through the capital budget and just operations in general. And in the current capital budget, we have budgeted $313,000 for HVAC replacements at the Recreation Center, Gilbert, and the Community Center. As we've tried to navigate the HVAC at the Recreation Center, it is quite a project. They're 35 tons, Kevin?
Correct.
35 tons. They need to be helicoptered in, so it's really quite an extensive project. There's permitting involved, and we've kind of stalled. We need some support. So we reached out to White to see how much it would cost for them to oversee the project. This project requires a bid. So in the packet, you will see another agreement for White for says recreation, HVAC replacement, construction management, but in the contract, it does have in there the community center along with Gilbert. Oh, it looks like I printed the wrong one. I apologize. I can send the board the updated one. We did have them add Gilbert and the community center. They did update it, so they do know it's all three locations. This way we can group them all together. We can get a better price. So we would recommend to utilize the $17,000 from the contingency. Right now we have $150,000 budgeted for contingency in the capital budget. $100,000 of that we're probably not going to move, as that was for the parking lot in case we had any problems there. But that project is wrapping up, and we still have the budget remaining there is about $90,000. So we still have a lot of money there too. So again, we would request that we take this $17,000, and then the other item that we find we need is some office furniture, and this is to create a new space. It's not replacing any office furniture. I think I've mentioned to the board before that the recreation department they're literally just in a hallway with offices. They have no place to congregate or meet or collaborate. So we'd like to turn a room 104, which was our childcare for Grange Fitness. It's a smaller room. It's not a huge room, but we can put in a conference table that can be a standing table or a sitting table. We can put a dry erase board so we can collaborate. We can leave stuff up there, and then a few lounge chairs where people can work. So we do think this will help our culture and give our staff a space to work and collaborate and be a little bit more productive than sitting in their offices with no windows in a hallway if they want to get out. So that office furniture is approximately $18,000. And we are working with Reiki Furniture for the final quote. So we would ask to use $35,000 from contingency at this time, as we are about halfway through the budget, and we feel that this is something that the budget can handle. Happy to answer any questions.
But just as a note, we haven't spent any of our contingency yet for the year, correct? Okay.
Correct.
Did you look at the Cube place?
I was
I've
just
been-
gonna suggest that. There's a place called Whole Cubes.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
It's a family business. They refurbish office furniture.
Okay.
It's not,
It's meant to be sustainable. It's apparent. I haven't been in there, but I just met the daughter who's
Okay.
the co-owners. So they just opened right at East and Ogden.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
So they have a showroom for what it's worth.
Okay.
It's recycled office furniture that they totally refurbish.
Okay.
And they promote it as a sustainable alternative to those things just ending up in a landfill.
Got
So,
it.
kinda
Okay.
like that.
so when you hear recycled, you think, what is this stuff? But it's nice stuff. It's not
Yeah.
nice. I actually bought a desk for work, one of those.
Standing?
Up and down.
Yeah. From them?
Yeah,
Okay.
and very economical, and it's perfect.
Okay.
So it's worth a thought,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
and they're good people.
Yeah.
And local.
So, I have a question. So it says rec center HVAC on the spreadsheet here, $200,000, and the cost is $313.
So there's $200,000 for the rec center, and then there is another $80,000.
Other HVAC units, yeah.
Yep, 80,000, and then the Gilbert indoor evaporators is 13,000, and then the community center indoor evaporators is 20,000.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I move to approve the 2024 capital budget adjustment. Is that right?
In the amount of
The amount of
$35,000
$35,000
from contingency.
from contingency.
I second.
Commissioner Weber?
Yes.
Commissioner Posey?
Yes.
Commissioner Lacey? Commissioner Lacey?
Yes.
Commissioner Veer?
Yes.
President Opid?
Yes. 8.4, discussion annual approval of the vending license agreement.
Okay, so this one is just, we've been working with A&M Vending, and we were in an agreement with them, and now we're updating that agreement. So this is for, we made some changes. It was to start November 1st. We decided to try to get it on a fiscal calendar year, so we pushed it to January 1st of 2025. It'll be a 36-year month agreement, and can automatically renew for an additional 36 months unless we want to terminate with a 60-day letter prior. Previous terms were 24 months. With a 30-day written termination notice. And the commission has changed a little bit. The previous agreement we had with them, I think this just kind of slipped through the cracks, was for beverages. We used to do our snack vending in-house, which was not really worth all the effort that we were putting into it. So when they came on, they started taking over our once they came on, we saw they could do the beverages. They said they could do our snacks too, but then they didn't work that into the contract. So now it's going from 30 to 40% to 20%, but we'll get it on the snacks too. And if you've looked in that snack machine, they're pretty pricey. So that'll be a bit of a change, and then we'll get changed receive the revenue each quarter. And again, we've spoken with our corporate counsel on this.
How much does that bring in?
Do you know, Jamie?
Not a whole lot. We had entertained possibly trying to bring it back in-house. But we're looking at when they're consistently sending us our quarterly checks. Sometimes they need a gentle reminder that we meet last quarters. probably like $2,500. But
That's-
again,
That's the entire park district.
correct, but that's also just on beverages. I do see them come like once a week. And I do know that snack machine is pretty empty every week, but especially now that we have leagues and games coming in. So I do think we'll hopefully see an uptick in revenue, having the snack portion of that included in the commission sales.
Does the park district have any say on what goes in?
Yeah, we have requested certain items come out based on, there's an energy drink last year. We noticed that they had a label not recommended for under 18 that we had to switch out.
Thanks for doing that. And what about like health conscious type of stuff? Do they add any kind of product that's more healthy than others?
I believe we could request based on what their product line is.
I'm just curious. Some people want that, and I'm not sure if the kids will buy any of it or not, but
Right.
we want sales.
Marshmallows attacking.
Yeah.
I had one question about Article 4, there, is that maybe a date incorrect? It says 11/1.
No, because they already paid us for November 2024.
Got it. Okay.
So that's why we pushed it to 2025.
Okay.
So, and we do get that, which is a unique feature of this agreement, because it used to be, remember, through RC, American Bottling Company, and then they like sold out and they took it over.
Okay.
I'd also like to stress that it is kind of hard to find vending companies these days to come in and take care of your vending machine. So, we have been happy with their services.
And they do like the tennis courts and stuff like that too?
I believe they removed them.
Yeah, I think it's just here now. I know there was a unit at Gordon, but I think that's gone too.
Yeah, when this company took over from American Bottle, that's when they pulled them out based on sales receipts and then the usage of those items. They're usually out of order, so they ended up pulling them.
I move to approve, it's okay?
Yeah,
I move
yeah.
to approve the vending license agreement
With A&M vending.
with A&M Vending.
Perfect.
Second.
Oh, boy. All right, we'll go Posey. Commissioner Weber?
Yes.
Commissioner Posey?
Yes.
Commissioner Lacey?
Yes.
Commissioner Veer?
Yes.
Yes.
President Open.
Agenda 8.5, discussion and/or approval of ordinance 024-07, an ordinance to regulate parking at facilities and parks under the jurisdiction of the Park District of the Grange.
So I had reached out to the police chief, and we've been struggling with this new lot. I don't know if you've noticed the box trucks that stack up over there. And so we have run into trouble with them being able to enforce it because our ordinance is a little dated. I've been trying to get it updated. It's quite a project. So in speaking with our legal counsel, it was recommended that instead of trying to update the entire ordinance all at once, we just put in an ordinance for parking at our facilities and parks. So this is an ordinance we're looking, we are trying to eliminate the box trucks and semi-trucks and trailers. We're trying to eliminate the overnight parking. Since we had the charging stations here, we have a lot of people parking overnight, plugged in. And so this ordinance will help us work with the police. We will have to probably put together an IGA with the police for the next meeting for them to be able to enforce this, but we wanted to pass this first. We will be putting up signs from the recommended towing company from the police chief. So you will see a sign when you pull in. You see that sign that says parking for Park District patrons only. Underneath it, it'll be a towing sign that will say where they can find their vehicle if they don't abide by our rules, and then we will start enforcing it.
So I have one question on the patrons comment. Do we need language specifically that says patrons only? And the reason I bring this up is consistently in in Sedgwick Park, I see my friends from
Across the street.
across the street at the transmission place parking there, and then they walk across the street and go to work.
Yeah.
And this drives me nuts.
Our signs do say Park District patrons.
So is that enough to give them a ticket?
If they're not using the park facility,
Once we have the ordinance in place,
and we observe them go to work.
I will gladly sit there with my camera because I walk past every day and see them waltz across the street.
yeah.
So,
It's more than just them too.
oh yeah, I think now it's what I'm seeing now is it looks like maybe, this is speculation, but there's a lot of construction there. And there's a huge increase in
Yes.
automobiles in that lot now. So I'm a little bit worried if there's a, soccer match or something, we're gonna have it half full.
We need to do an education component that says, no, Park District business only, and others will be towed.
And there are signs there now, I think, that
Yeah.
say that.
Yep,
So,
we have, and we will, so right now those signs are at Sedgwick 47th lot. I think we'll need to put some at the East Avenue. Gilbert doesn't have one, so we will have to start looking at our signage and start putting out more signage. But I just didn't want the board to be alarmed when you start seeing the tow signs, because that's just standard practice that you put that with the sign so they know who to contact. And again, we will have to, there's an agreement that I haven't looked at yet with the towing company, because they obviously want something in writing with us saying that we're approving it. So I'm not sure what type of, I haven't looked at the terms or anything. That might be on the agenda next week, or it might just be something that we can sign independently.
regarding the box trucks, are there any particular offenders that we see serially there?
We really can't seem to track it. I think there's a mechanic somewhere in the area who has been parking, because we leave letters on the truck. Like when there's a truck there, we leave a letter saying, this is for Park District Park patrons only, it will be towed. We haven't really been able to pinpoint where they're coming from, but we think it's a mechanic somewhere in the area. So.
Are there cameras on that lot?
There are cameras on the lot, yes. Yes. But I don't know that we've sat and watched where they go to.
So we're, in our part of the referendum planning, we're going to completely redo that East Avenue lot, correct?
Yes.
Because that's going to get destroyed. There's 16-wheeler trucks going through that now.
Because of the construction?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, because what they do is they go that way, even though they shouldn't, and then they turn around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Their lot.
Yeah, that lot's in pretty bad shape, but we've held off because we knew we were going to redo it with the referendum. And there's no just simple repairs we can do for that lot. So.
And part of the parking language here, it says those trucks aren't allowed on the lots at all.
Right. Right. So, yeah. And I think we do need to start looking too with Alamo, because Alamo comes through our lot too, and that's extra damage and wear and tear on our parking lots that we're going to have to pay for.
Right.
So again, trucks.
We need them, but
So yes, this is a start, right? This ordinance is a start to help us start controlling it a little bit more.
I'm all in favor.
Can I get a motion to approve?
You have it.
Can I get a second to approve ordinance 02407?
I'll second that.
Okay. Commissioner Veer,
Yes.
Commissioner Weber,
Yes.
Commissioner Posey,
Yes.
Commissioner Lacey,
Yes.
President Opit.
Yes, a passionate yes, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, 9.0 committee reports. Any update from the administration committee this evening? No report. No updates. Parks and facilities. I don't think we have any updates.
No, we don't.
Right. Any updates on the arts?
Nope.
All right. We will now move to 10.0, the second opportunity for public comments this evening. Again, I'll invite you to state your name and address if you'd like to add a comment this evening. Please.
Brian Reed, 416 South Edgewood, the Grange. I'm a board member for AYSO 300 organization. Basically, we're just looking for an opportunity to provide feedback as the soccer fields close down for the construction, and hope that all the soccer fields aren't closed all at once. I understand there'll be a new park at Denny. We were hoping that we would have that open before any other parks close. I haven't been able to see any, it sounds like there was a phased approach. I'm hoping that'll be provided if it hasn't already to the community.
Thank you very much. Any additional comments this evening? All right, seeing none, I'll move to board comments.
Just want to say congratulations and thank you for your service to Bob Veer. 10 years is a long time to be a volunteer, and part of your work is being reflected in the success of the programs that we're implementing right now. So thank you for volunteering your time. It matters and it makes a difference in the community. So thanks. I just want to acknowledge that.
They're actually like dog years. Every commissioner year is 7 years. So he's been on the board 70 years.
Well, thank you, that was nice. It's been fun, it does make you feel good at the end of the day what the park district has done. And, I believe in the parks, and it's a good service to the community, I think. Not what I'm doing, but what the parks are doing.
Well, you're part of that.
Also, thanks, Bob. I appreciate working with you. It's been nice getting to know you. So thank you. Larry, welcome to the team. And Madonna, the seat's going to be yours next. So I'll move on down. That's all.
Okay, I guess it's my turn. Well, for one thing, 10 years with Bob have been wonderful. He has showed me a lot, taught me a lot. We worked together on different projects, but it don't seem like 10 years. And,
I'm old now.
and then the board period. And staff, y'all can pass it on to staff. You do a real good job. You make the board's job very easy. And so keep up the good work. And Jen, kudos to you.
Thank you. Couldn't do it without the staff and the board, so thank you.
I'd like to say a couple of things. First, Mr. Reed, thanks for your comment on the calendar and the schedule. I think that's something we've talked about trying to communicate effectively in the past, and I as a resident want to know that as well. And I think, and I hope that we do a good job of communicating. You can always communicate more, but I personally also want to see a schedule, so thank you for adding that comment this evening. I also want to do a little bit of a reflection on 2024, because I think sometimes we forget. I think this team has accomplished some major things. Some of them are not pretty, but important. And I'd like to highlight a few of those. First, the new parking lot. I mean, that is, nobody wants to talk about parking lots, but we talk about parking lots, and I think it's been a pain point for years, and I think we finally got a solution that at least offers our leagues and league participants an opportunity to be close and not have to cross East Avenue. So I think that's been a big positive change for the organization. I want to welcome our new board members. We've had some change this year, but it's been a fairly seamless process, not only for the board itself, but also the staff. And I felt that really everybody has made an effort to include everyone and make sure that everybody kind of knows where we are and where we're going. And I feel like this team has really been quite cohesive this year. So that's been really fun to be a part of. Finally, I want to thank everybody that was involved in the very long but very important referendum work and the proposals. I think that was huge. I said it before. I think this is a generational step change for the organization, and I'm very excited to see what comes. There's still more work, so don't sit on your laurels. We have work to do, and I'm excited about what happens in the next 2 years.
I'll comment on the parking lot. I drove by there today, it was completely full almost. I don't know what event you had.
Basketball.
It was like maxed out, which is, I'm glad the size we made is the size we made.
I'm grateful every time I come here to pick the kids to play basketball. Every time. I'm like, this is amazing. So.
All right, any additional comments? All right, let's move to I don't think there's any executive session items, so
Nope.
I will move and ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second, Lynn's got it.
Okay, just to note, it's 7:15. Commissioner Veer,
Yes.
Commissioner Weber, oh, I'm sorry, Commissioner Lacey? Yeah?
Yes.
Commissioner Posey,
Yes.
Commissioner Weber,
Yes.
and President Open.
Yes,
Unanimous.
thank you.